Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my virtual classroom, MKA Classroom. Now let's start today's video tutorial. In previous classes we have talked about cost of debt and cost of preferred stock. Today we will try to discuss cost of common stock. This will be our today's topic. So cost of common equity, the rate at which investors discount the expected dividends of the firms to determine the share value. So cost of capital actually used for determine the share value. Basically we use cost of common stock, it represents as RS. Sometimes you have heard KS. It is actually represents the cost of common equity. Basically we use two models to determine the cost of capital, common stock or common equity. One is a constant growth valuation model or Gordon's model. Basically this is known as Gordon's model because this model is introduced by John Mayer Gordon. That's why in their name this is treated as Gordon's model. The formula for this Gordon's model is P naught equal to D1, that means expected dividend after 1 year, divided by RS, required return on common stock, minus constant growth rate. So this is actually constant growth rate. Z represents the constant growth rate. It may be 5% increase per year. RS required rate of return on common stock, and D1 it is represents the expected dividend after 1 year, D1. So D1 can be calculated D naught into 1 plus G power N. That's it. Here is D1, it should be Dn. That means after 1 year what is the price of our dividend. D naught, it is the current dividend into 1 plus Z power 1, that is the D1. So the formula this D1 in here, D naught into 1 plus G power 1. So that is the basic formula, R S minus G, that means growth rate. So this can be RS, here has RS, required rate of return can be calculated in this way, D1 divided by P naught plus G, that is dividend yield, D expected dividend divided by current share price, it is called the dividend yield. So here has an example you will see. Dowses Corporation wishes to determine its cost of common stock equity, RS, the market price P naught, and its common stock is 50 taka per share. The firm expects to pay a dividend D1 of $4 at the end of the coming year 2013. The dividends paid on the outstanding stock over the past 6 years are given here. Here you will see 2007 2.97, 2008 3.12, 2009 3.33. So here has a growth rate, and this growth rate is constant. Then at first you have to find out this growth rate. So it is easy to calculate. How you found this? And expected dividend 4. That means here has the D1 has given the 4, and how it is come from D naught equal to D1 equal to D naught into 1 plus G power 1. So here you will see growth rate, it is unknown. So D1 4, D naught 3.38, 1 plus G. So 1 plus G equal to 4 divided by 3.38. So 4 divided by 3.38. So here it maybe it turns out approximately 5%, or more precisely 5.505%. So here has the our D1. So if you calculate by these equations to calculate the D1, so in you will see 3.12 minus 2.97 divided by 2.97, it will see our growth rate 3.12 minus 2.97 divided by 2.97 into 100, that is a 5.05%. So that is our constant growth rate. That's why it is equal to 5%. And P naught 50, here as P naught value as 50, then expected dividend 4, P naught 50, our growth rate 0.05. So this is our required rate of return, 13% RS. This is the formula for RS, required rate of return for the stock. Then here is the model, our capital asset pricing model, CAPM, capital asset pricing model. The formula for CAPM is that RF, risk free rate of return, beta into RM, market return and risk free return. So you can use this formula. Here as the risk free 7%, beta 1.5, market return 11%. Then our required rate of return is 13%. So you can use the CAPM also. Then cost of retained earnings, the same as the cost of an equivalent fully subscribed issue additional common stock, which is equal to the cost of common stock equity, RS. So here is a new things, cost of new issue of common stock. The cost of common stock net of underpricing and associated flotation cost. So that is the formula for a new issue of common stock, cost of new issue of common stock, RN, expected dividend N plus G. So here you will see an example the constant growth valuation examples, we found Deuces Corporation's cost of common stock equity RS to be RS to be 13%, and using the following values, and expected dividend D1 of 4, current market price 50, and expected growth is 5%. Here you have to determine the cost of new common stock RN. Deuces Corporation has estimated that an average new share can be sold 47 taka, the 3 per share underpricing due to competitive nature of market. A second cost associated with the share is a flotation cost we have discussed in previous classes, that is 2.5 per share would be paid to the issue and sale of new shares. The total underpricing and flotation cost per share therefore 5.50. Subtracting the 5.5 per share underpricing and flotation cost from the current the $50 per share results in expected net proceeds 44.50 per share. 50 minus 5.50. Substituting D1 for, that means new issue 44.50, growth rate 5%, so that should be 14%. 14% our new issue of common stock. There is a formula, N should be the new issues of common stock. Then weighted average cost of capital reflects the expected average future cost of capital over the long run funded by weighting the cost of each specific types of capital by its proportion in the firm's capital structure. So there is a formula for our weighted average cost of capital, RA or KA, that is weight, RI, WP and RP, WS into RR or RN. So where WI, proportion of long term debt in the capital structure, RI here represents the cost of debt after tax, WP, proportion of preferred stock in the capital structure, RP means the cost of preferred stock, WS, proportion of cost of stock equity in capital structure, RR, it is the cost of common stock equity, and RN, newly issued cost of new issue equity. So here you will see weight, obviously weight should be 1, but here an examples we will see. We found that cost of debt, cost of preferred stock, cost of retained earnings, cost of new stock. The company uses following weights in calculating its weighted average cost of capital: long term debt 40%, preferred stock 10%, and common stock equity 50%. This is the total 100%. Then what will be our weighted average cost of capital? So this is very easy to calculate. So here you will see long term debt 40%, that means 0.40, Okay, preferred stock 0.10 and common stock equity 0.50, that is the total weight, and this is our cost. So here has the cost update 10.6 5.6%, cost update 5.6%, preferred stock 10.6%, preferred stock 10.6%, and cost of common stock equity 13%. So here is cost of retained earnings or cost of equity. So here is the new common stock. So here has no new weight, so remember that here. So that's why we will take three things for our calculations. And, if we multiply these things, we will get our weighted average 9.8%. So here is several short notes. You will see book value weights, market value weights, target weights. So you will see this atom, nothing else. Almost we have covered this chapter. So in this chapter we have learned cost of debt, cost of preferred stock, cost of equity or cost of retained earnings, and cost of new issue stock. After that, combinations of these cost we have learned weighted average cost of capital. So these all things about this chapter. This all about today. Stay home, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.